My name is Kano Tangaverero, also known as Venda Papi, and welcome back to Undrvn. Today I'm about to take you through the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro Max. And this car starts at only 609,000 Rand 900. Quite cheap, and you'll get why I'm saying that. The 8 Pro is cheaper at 529,900 with a slower 1.6 liter engine. Then you have the 8 Pro Max all-wheel drive, which is 679,900. But that's the one you're gonna have to go for because you get your best value for money for sure. So I took the car all the way across the country to Tsitsikamma, and I must say I don't think I would have fallen in love with this car if I did not take it 1,200 kilometers across the country. Welcome to undrvn's first road trip video. Let's go! But before we get on to the trip, let's start with the interior. So you have 12.3 inch screens right in front of you for your driver and the one you use to control your multimedia. And I also like the way they did the door panels. It's very Mercedes-Benz like, but it just works in this car. It makes the car feel very luxurious. I love the way they did the gear selector, and you also get a wireless charger in the car, which is very good for your new phones. And an additional thing I love is the buttons for your climate control. Okay, love how wide the door opens, a lot of space for you to bring child seats inside. Let's check the leg room. Seat is in my driving position, got decent leg room right here. Also got decent headroom. You feel very, very comfortable in the back of this car. Like, it's very, very good. You also got USB Type-C for charging your phone, and you have USB-A. You got air vents in the back here as well, and a small slot here for putting your phone, and more storage space there for putting, I don't know, your sunglasses, whatever. Additionally, you got 2 cup holders here, which is very good. You also got a cup holder on the door bin. Okay, so next up, I'm gonna have to show you how much space there is just at the back of this car. Looks like it's built for kids, but let's see. Just watch me jump over. Okay, so knee room. It's very cramped, not much space, not good for long journeys, not good at all. Headroom, also right at the top. If you are, I'm 5'9", if you're over 5'9", you're gonna have a tough time in here. I can't even sit in here on a long journey. It's like I'm sitting on a bench. So not very comfortable, but for kids will feel perfect back here. It would be amazing for kids. So let's just call this a kiddie chair. This is the kiddies lounge. Okay, so now we are going to head into the back of the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro Max, and I'm gonna show you how big the boot space is. So as you can see, with the 2 seats folded down, it passes the cooler box test. You can have just about 1 cooler box there. Let's see, maybe second one, 3, so you can say 3 cooler boxes. You can put maybe about 6 cooler boxes in here, which is very good for a car in this segment with the seats down. Another lovely thing, as you can see, you have a nice partial shelf here. This you can simply remove like this. And I know what you're thinking. All I can do now is just put it in the garage, leave it at home. But no, Chery was smart about this one. You can put this whole partial shelf under the false floor, just like that. You got your space. Now we have all 7 seats in the car up, and we lose a bit of boot space like this. So cooler bags, cooler box, not doing quite well. See, there's some space. Let's see if the boot is going to close. I don't think it will close. Yep. So with the last row of seats up, you do lose quite a lot of space. There's not much you can do with this amount of boot space. Maybe put a few plastics for your groceries. That's about it. Okay, let's head back onto the road. And key things: this car has a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, which will give you a power of 187 kilowatts and 390 newton meters of torque. Claimed fuel consumption is 7.6 liters to the 100, but I got 7.2, yes, in a Chinese car. So that beats the myth, I guess. Another thing is you get a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. It will do 0 to 100 in 7.3 seconds, which is not bad at all. But yes, it's not a performance car. Don't mistake it for that. Another key thing that I really love is the adaptive cruise control. As you can see, the car is slowing down with the truck in front of me. Both feet are just chilling, relaxing. I can stretch them where I want to, and I trust that the system will do its thing. Well done, Chery. You did a good job on this. Well done. The Chery takes the corners of this national road seamlessly. I don't feel like I will flip over. I don't feel like I'll lose control of the car. It's smooth, and this is what a joyful trip experience is supposed to be like. So I'm amazed. Stopped over at Undrvn and saw this old church. It's actually called the Grote Church. Yeah, you can hear I failed Afrikaans. And from Undrvn went back onto the road, went through this beautiful mountain pass on the N9 as well, and had to stop just to bask in all its glory. This is the valley right before you reach George and Uniondale, and the views were absolutely breathtaking. Just soaking it all in and enjoying the little moments, I guess. After the short pit stop, decided to continue our journey and ended up only being 100 kilometers away from George and also 100 kilometers away from Tsitsikamma. So I was very excited, and guess what? Finally made it. Stopped at the Toto garage for one last fuel stop, and I must say the Chery did so well on fuel. I was quite surprised. Probably one of the highlights of the trip, and I was just glad that we made it. 1,200 kilometers later, and the Chery did well, exceptionally well. After we got to Tsitsikamma, had to do the most important thing, which was check in. And yeah, we're going to be staying in a cabin in the woods. And I must say, this was an incredible place. Nice and quiet. And the Chery's right there in the woods, blending in, I must say, with the color and all. So couldn't have picked a better spot to go with this car. I couldn't say that I went to Tsitsikamma without seeing the suspension bridge. So going there was the first task on the list. And when I got there, I decided to give you this amazing montage. Enjoy. I want to show you the interior a bit more, and not just how high quality and resolution that the screens are, but also the fact that you can change the themes. So there's this one theme which is all futuristic, which is also quite nice, and there's also a third option which is kind of purple. And yeah, I don't like the third option. I just like my classic dials. I'm an old school guy. It's good to have these options. I think it gives the car some personality, and you also get some ambient lighting as well in the car, which is a nice touch. Something which I did not mention, the car comes with a 7-year 200,000 kilometer warranty and a 10-year 1 million kilometer engine warranty, and you also get a 7-year 90,000 kilometer service plan, which shows that Chery really backs the kind of machinery that they're making. The Chery Tiggo 8 Pro Max reminds me of that one person that you underestimated in school, who in the beginning of the year is getting your 30%, 40%, and then slowly but surely they're getting better. Second term, they're in the 50s, third term, they're in the 60s, and even the teachers are shocked. And then by the end of the year, they're passing with a distinction. And that's how the Chery group makes me feel, because the driving experience of the first Tiggo 8 compared to this iteration, to this new one, it's levels above. And this is absolutely the definition of pulling up your socks. And it gets me excited. It makes me excited for the group's future, with also their sub brands Omoda, J-Cool, Jetor, Lepus. It just makes me so excited for what's to come, because I also drove the Omoda C9, and that feels absolutely like a German car, straight to the T. And I must say, well done, Chery, well done.